Hey guys, Zoned here, and welcome back to another episode of Zoning Out. Alright, so in today's topic, we'll be talking about the mysterious yet oblivious personality type, INTJs. Alright, so the main topic of today with INTJs is understanding who they are, how they are, and most importantly, how to interact with them and what are some approaches and what, let's say, topics you can talk to them about. Okay, so let's get started. INTJs tend to be introverted and prefer to work alone. This is very true. INTJs are very antisocial. They can be social depending on the conversation and person they talk to. However, most of the time, they'd rather be alone. Okay, INTJs look at the big picture and like to focus on abstract information rather than concrete details. Okay, so this means that INTJs look into the future and they focus more so on philosophical topics, moral discussions, ranging from, let's say, social rules, definition of being normal, and interesting historical events. And they also like people that have ambition, and yeah, just in general, talk about life. Anything meaningful in that area is where they like to conversate. So going into talking to INTJs, you want to bring up um, meaningful topics. Small talk does not work with them, or well, us. Small talk isn't something they enjoy and much rather stay away from because it offers no beneficial factors. There's nothing good they gain from it. At least is how they view it. Okay. Now, one common thing you might go into is the fact that INTJs can be very over analytical and very judgmental. So, this means things that they like to think through, they might do an analysis over, and they might overdo it. So, don't be, what's the word? Don't be skeptical when they say something and it sounds wrong, because it might sound wrong, and it might just be wrong. But give them a little break. They kind of like think way too much on something when they really shouldn't. And this is something INTJs can work on, and that's something that one of their strengths are. They love to work on themselves, and they take criticism very well. Okay. Something you might notice is that they have huge emphasis when it comes to logic and objective information, meaning they don't deal with subjective information well. Anything that has to relate to how you feel about a topic has no relation or meaning to them at all. However, if you make an opinion, let's say, right? Usually we don't like opinions, but in this scenario, in this case, if you make an opinion that has your objective thoughts well written, so let's talk about, as an example, statistics on, what do you call it? Ice cream flavors. The most popular is vanilla ice cream, and the second most popular tends to be chocolate ice cream. While I love chocolate ice cream, and I will tell this to my friends, I love chocolate ice cream, it's one of the best things in the world. Factually, I'll also say, even though I love chocolate ice cream, vanilla ice cream is still the best. Like, that's just factual. So when you make a subjective thought, try, for the most part, to also be objective in it. Try to make your thought process objective, and most INTJs will respect it. They won't try to question it as much, but that's something they love to do, question a lot. And because of that, they usually correlate to having a unique fond towards philosophy, if you will. Alright, so something else you might notice when talking to INTJs, they might seem a little insensitive, they might sound like a robot of all things. But this isn't the case. It's just going back to subjection. They're not really the type of person to understand how to deal with emotions, and they view things systematically. So most of the time, whenever you have like a problem and they like you well enough, they tend to try to fix it. And fix, I use the term lightly. Fix means like they try to help you out in something you're struggling with, but they won't really understand when you're like having emotional breakdowns. They won't be really the type of person to talk to. Of course, there are some exceptions. Some people, some INTJs try to work on that area, and we'll have a systematic workthrough on how they deal with people that have emotions, which is something that's very strong and makes them a lot more successful. Because now they have the ability to deal with multiple different types of people at once. Alright, so for the most part, that's pretty much it on what you need to know about them. So when it comes to trying to be friends with one, remember that they tend to be very solitary and self-sufficient. So it can be a little difficult because INTJs tend to, as I said before, think a lot about the future. So they may just avoid getting to know other people because most of the time friendships don't really work out, and because they know this, they avoid it just due to that fact. So while they may not have a lot of friends, the ones that they do become friends with, they become very close and very committed to those who persist trying to be friends with them. So understand that INTJs really tend to prefer friends who are also introverted, yet rational, and low on emotional drama. If you enjoyed today's video, why not feel free to leave a like and tell me what you think I can do better, because as I said before, we really like criticism and it helps us grow. Criticism is and basically above all else. Experience is a great teacher, but there's only so much you can do with experience. So you need more perspectives. So I really hope if you enjoyed this video, you can tell me something I can do better about it. And if you want, you can leave a like and comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. And what do people say usually on outros? Have a good day, I guess. Yeah, have a wonderful one. Take it easy.